Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Virginia from Unique Comfort, and today I would like to share my story or my journey of how I started using the reusable menstrual products. Like, share and comment on this video so that you can get more content like this. So in our last video, I shared how I started my periods. I shared my journey with the disposable menstrual products, and I even outlined some of the challenges that I faced or some of the challenges we face as women while using the disposable pads. So in today's episode, I'll be sharing my experience using the reusable menstrual products. I'll also give you a story of how I ended up using the reusable menstrual products. I'll also share some of the reasons or some of the fears I had before using the reusable menstrual products, and I will also share my experience after using the reusable menstrual products. So I started using the reusable menstrual products in last year August. That was 2023 August, and so far it has been an incredible journey. In this month of February, I'll be hitting my 6th month while using reusable menstrual products. So we are going to do the math. We are going to see how much I've saved over the course of 6 months so far, and I hope I'll enlighten you to switch to reusable menstrual products. So the first time I heard about reusable menstrual products, to be specific, the menstrual cup, was in, I think, around 2022 August, July, around there. It was the last end of 2022. That's the first time I had the reusable menstrual products, the menstrual cups. And the first time I heard about them, honestly, I never thought that I'll end up using them. I was so skeptical, I was so scared. Nobody could convince me that cup was going to be so comfortable when inserted into your vaginal canal. Nobody could convince me that it was going to be a seamless day with no period leaks, and even got to an extent of forgetting that you are even wearing a menstrual cup. If you ever told me that back then in 2022, I would not have believed that story. I would have been just scared, skeptical, and I would just given you false hopes just to encourage you that I'm going to use the menstrual products eventually, that I'm just saving so that I can buy them eventually. But in reality, I know I'm not going to use them. So back then I started, of course, when you see such content, you'll want to read more comments and more reviews about the products. And I had even seen most of the bad reviews. Okay, if something is new to the market, if something is new to a community or a society, mostly before it has been accepted, or it has been appreciated or incorporated as part of the community, most of the time it will face a lot of backlash. So you'll get a lot of bad negative comments and a lot of negative reviews. And mind you, most of these reviews are usually from people who have not tried these products. Because if you have actually tried these products and you have given them a chance, you have given them the benefit of doubt to let them do their work, I'm very sure you have a much better review compared to a person who has not even tried these products. Most of the people are usually so skeptical, and they are willing to shine bad energy towards something which is new in the market. Okay? So I read bad comments online. For example, there was somebody who was saying that the continuous action of the menstrual cup actually causes like a rim or a growth around your vaginal canal, which I think it is a lie, honestly. I believe that such a thing can only happen if you do not break a seal. Like every time you go remove your menstrual cup, you do not break that seal, you're going to feel that presence of suction and emptiness in your vaginal canal. So I'd honestly recommend you first fill your cup and then break the seal, and then pull it out gently until you have it in your hands so that you can empty the contents, rinse it, and maybe insert it back again depending on the situation you are in. Okay, so those comments actually made me feel so scared, made me feel skeptical, and also skeptical for the first time. I was so skeptical since I discovered these menstrual cups. So come 2023, in around February, March there, so Unique Comfort was founded. It is led by Cecilia Muli. Yeah, so she founded Unique Comfort, and her main goal was to provide sustainable, reusable menstrual products for every Kenyan woman. That's because this is not a privilege. This should not feel like a luxury. This should be something that is accessible to every menstruating woman. So in 2023, around March, we got an interview about reusable menstrual products. This was the time when Senator Gloria was trending because she had attended a parliamentary sit-in while she had stained clothes. So she started the period shaming campaign in 2023, and we got an opportunity to be part of an article about reusable menstrual products. And that's when we started our journey as Unique Comfort to where we are right now. So I remember in May when I started preparing graphics for our shop Unique Comfort. I was so skeptical about trying these products, and even when you look at our content back then, it was so green. We didn't have much authentic. Um, we just felt like amateurs. Let me just put it that way back then. But come August, finally I was confident enough. August 2023, I was confident enough to try the reusable menstrual products. And mind you, when I wanted to try the reusable menstrual products, I didn't want to try the cup. The cup was like the last one in my mind to try it. I wanted to use the menstrual panties because when I started my period, one of my biggest challenges was feeling the presence of a pad. Whether you are whether it's heavy flow, whether it's a light flow, whether a medium flow, you'll always feel that presence of the pad. Whether it's full or empty, you'll always feel that presence. Whether you're sleeping, whether you're just running a normal day, and sometimes you cannot do all activities. For example, you cannot go swimming while you are wearing just a disposable pad. You can either recommend a tampon or a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc or a menstrual swimming suit. That was one of my biggest challenge while using the disposable pads, feeling the constant presence of that pad. It was so annoying, so irritating, and even it gives you paranoia. Maybe you feel like you have messed yourself while even the pad is not even nowhere near being filled. Okay, so when I wanted to try the reusable menstrual products, my first product that I wanted to try was the menstrual panty, because I felt like it was easy, minimal skepticism, plus it's just wearing like a normal panty, only that it has an inbuilt layer of absorption. So I knew it would be the perfect fit for me. And plus, before that, I used to invent my own period panties. Yeah, I used to invent my own period panties that I would use either on day 5 or day 4 when my flow is not so heavy, just the few drops, because wearing a pad or a panty liner on those days, it's just so uncomfortable for me. So when my period started in August, I was not fully prepared. I was not prepared. I had not visited the shop, so I was not able to take the right period panties, the correct size that could fit me, because the ones I had at hand were either too small or too big, so I could not use those ones, because you need a really good fitting period panty so that you do not have any leaks or it is not hanging out around. So I did not have any period panty at hand. So the only thing I could use at that moment was a period cup. So I did not have any other choice apart from using a period cup. And then the beautiful thing about that day was I was not so scared about the period cup. I did not feel like it was so big. Even when I was looking at it, it was not so big to me. I was not feeling scared or skeptical or anything. I was excited, actually. I was so excited to try out the cup. So out of first circumstances, I tried the cup, and honestly, I'll even share my reaction. I was surprised by the comfort, by the ease of using a menstrual cup. Honestly, I was just excited. It is the best feeling I ever had, and I felt like it had solved my biggest problem ever. It had solved that problem of constantly feeling the pad is there between your crotch. It had solved that problem, because a menstrual cup is made from medical grade silicone, making it so comfortable for your body. And the good thing with a menstrual cup, it is going to conform to the shape of your vagina. So unlike a plastic material that you'll constantly feel the presence and the pressure that is applied when using such a product, when you use a silicone grade menstrual cup, you'll not feel the presence of the menstrual cup unless you have wrongly inserted the menstrual cup. That's the only time you'll feel that you have worn a menstrual cup. And when I mean that you have wrongly inserted a menstrual cup, I mean that you have not fully inserted the menstrual cup inside your vaginal canal. No, I do not mean that you push your menstrual cup way inside your vaginal canal. No, I do not mean that. You make sure that your menstrual cup is fully inserted inside your vaginal canal. It's not a must you push it way upward. Just make sure that there's no bit of the cup that is hanging outside. You should only feel the tip of the base of your cup when it is fully inserted, and you should like run the base of your index finger under the base of the cup so that you make sure that it is fully seated and that it is fully popped, so that you make sure there are no leaks during the day. And the good thing with a menstrual cup, you can even wear it up to 12 hours, and trust me, it is so comfortable to an extent that you forget that you are even wearing one, especially if you have a busy or a tight schedule. If you move around frequently, then you should either set a reminder, an alarm, to change your menstrual cup after every 8 hours or 12 hours at most. So the first time, of course, I was excited. I think I wore the cup for around 4 hours. I was headed to town because I had some errands to run. But once I got home, of course, I was excited. I wanted to see how much of the blood it could hold. And I think it was about either 5 ml, 4 ml, around there. I'll attach an image of the first day. Yeah, so I was so comfortable. I even went to an extent to wear a white trouser. That's how confident I was that I was not going to have any leaks or mess myself. And I even did not use a menstrual pad or anything just for safety purposes. No, I was confident enough to wear a white trouser and use a menstrual cup, and it did not disappoint me, considering I was headed for town. A lot of things could have gone down, a lot of things could have gone southwards, but none of those happened, and I'm so grateful. And that's why I'm here to encourage you to use a menstrual cup too. So ever since I tried a menstrual cup, I realized that a menstrual cup will be my companion for the majority part of my life, because you'll only need maybe one menstrual cup, just one menstrual cup, so long as you have access to water, so long as you have access to running water, clean water. You just need one menstrual cup, because once you have worn that cup, you can wear it up to 12 hours depending on your choice, and then you rinse it and then you insert it back again. So for your entire period, you could only use one menstrual cup comfortably, without stressing, without buying extra pads or extra tampons or carrying an extra panty to change or anything of that sort. All your worries will be sorted. So we were going to calculate how much money I spent, how much money I've saved so far for the past 6 months since I used a menstrual cup, since I started using a menstrual cup. I'm using the Luna menstrual cup. I'll attach an image. So currently I'm using the Luna menstrual cup. It comes in two sizes, a large and a size small. A small size is 20 ml and a large size is 30 ml. So, and there are different colors. We have white, we have purple, we have pink, and we have turquoise. Okay, so we are going to calculate how much money I have saved so far while using the reusable menstrual cup, Luna to be specific, and how much I would have spent if I would have used the disposable pads and liners. So I used to use a certain brand that is currently going for 235 shillings. So 235 shillings times 6 months, considering I menstruate every month. So that is 1410 shillings. So 1410 shillings. So if you minus that from 2500, so far that is going to be, so far I have like 1090 bob left. And trust me, that's 1900, sorry, that 1090 bob left will not last long. So let's divide that 1090 bob divided by 230 to see for how long it is going to last me. Divided by 235, not 230. So chances are it is going to serve me for like 4.5 months, okay? Because that is 4.63. So let's say 4 4.5 months. That's how it's long it is going to last me. Whereas the 2500 I used on the lunar menstrual cup, which is going to serve me for at least 7 years to 10 years. 10 years if I have really maintained that cup. Okay, between those 7 to 10 years, let's just calculate how much we would have spent on pads, considering if they remain the current price, and the current price is 235 bob. So let's see how much I would have spent for the next 10 years if I continued using the disposable pads. So it is going to be 235 times 12 months, which is going to be 2820. So far already you have already exceeded your budget for one menstrual cup. Okay, and then so 2820 times 10 years. Let's just calculate with the best of them all. 10 years. So far I would have spent 28,200 shillings on disposable pads alone. Just pads. Let's not forget, at times you forget to carry those pads or those extra tampons. Okay, so you need to buy extra ones depending with the area you are at the moment, because sometimes you go to really interior places that do not access these products, and you need to outsource them from other places, which can be really costly. Okay, so let's do a math for somebody who is going to use tampons instead of menstrual pads during their cycle for the next 10 years. How much is that person going to use in those tampons? So if tampons go for 320 each month, each pack has 16 pieces, so we'll assume that you use all of those 16 pieces every month. So that is going to be 320 times 12 months in a year. That is going to be 3840. Okay, that's so expensive. Even our highest product goes for 3,200, and that's the menstrual disc. So within 1 year, you will have spent at least 3,840 shillings using disposable tampons. Okay, so if 1 year you're going to spend 3840, what about in 10 years? Times 10. So you're going to spend 38,400 shillings on tampons only for the next 10 years. And that's if the price remains constant, of which that is not guaranteed. Because over the span of the last 10 years, these sanitary products have increased by at least 150 shillings per product. Okay, which is a very big inflation, considering this is a necessity to most of Kenyans, and most of Kenyans cannot afford these products even when at these prices. So apart from the impromptu purchases that you usually make while purchasing these products, maybe when you have forgotten them, or maybe your period started impromptu when you have traveled out of your locality or something of that sort, let's forget about those impromptu purchases. Let's also remember that there are some people who will also experience severe pain while going through their periods, so they'll need to buy extra, maybe antibiotics or pain relievers, so that they can use during this period. So that means an extra cost. Okay, and also during the last days of your period, probably you're not going to use your pad, you're going to use maybe a panty liner, and that's an extra cost purchasing those panty liners every month. So you can avoid all of these extra expenses while using reusable menstrual products, either a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc or a menstrual panty or a menstrual pad, which are reusable. So join me next time as I talk more about the reusable menstrual products, the reusable menstrual cups, reusable menstrual disc, reusable menstrual pads, and reusable menstrual panties.